Hey, friends. Tamika here on this Thursday. I'm so sad that I missed you yesterday, but I was out on the mountain with my kids. We went snowboarding for the first time ever all together, and it was so much fun. The kids did lessons last week and they liked it. And so we decided while we were on spring break, we would hit up Beaver Mountain and do that together. So we paid for them to have lessons again for the first 2 hours, and then we snowboarded together as a family for the last half of the day. And it was really, really awesome. I feel like my cup is filled, and we're just bonded even more together as a family. There were tears, there were laughs. And everything in between. So as you hop on, make sure to say hello. Tell me where you are watching from. And today I want to talk to you about passion. I feel like so many of us, we want to find passion in what we do, passion in our lives. And I was listening to this book this morning. It's called, I can't remember. Oh, I have it up here. The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. Is that who it's by? Yes, Darren Hardy. And as I was shoveling this morning and hearing him talk about passion, it just really hit me in a good spot. And I wanted to come here and kind of regurgitate the concepts and ideas that he gave. So really excited for that. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tamika, and I teach stay-at-home moms how to win in life one healthy habit at a time. And I believe that finding your passion is one of those ways. So that's what we're going to dive into today. I've got 4 questions for you to consider. And yeah, we're just going to start at the very beginning. And so the very first question is, what do you do? People want to find passion in what they're doing. And I love what he said, because he said that if you look at anybody's job, like name some jobs in the comments that maybe you feel like, man, that would be the best job ever. Like I would love doing that every single day. And so when I was thinking about that, I was thinking, man, it would be so cool to be like an actress or a singer or like a model, like they're getting paid so much, and like they like have the fame, they have the fortune. And one of the things that he mentioned in this book is he says, if you actually look at people's lives, they are doing what they truly enjoy maybe 5% of the time. 95% of the time, it's maybe like strict dieting, strict exercising, practicing, media, like all of these other things that are probably not part of their passion. And I even think about like teaching school. So what did I do? I taught math. I taught high school math. Now, what other parts of that did I not enjoy? Well, I didn't enjoy the grading. I didn't always enjoy the lesson planning, the time outside of school that I have to put in, the bad attitudes, right? But like ultimately teaching math was my passion. And so sometimes if we just focus on what we're doing and we're like, hey, we have to find something that we're so passionate about, knowing, oh, working with animals. Yes, like working with animals, that would be such a good job, right? But how about picking up all of the dog poop? Or not dog poop, but how about picking up all the poop? How about when they get sick or hurt and you're having to care for them? Like that would be like a hard part of the job, right? Or if you see them come and you see them go, and that's kind of heartbreaking. Yeah, there's just so many things, right? But so finding passion in what you're doing is important, but it can't be all of it. With network marketing all the time, people are like, oh my gosh, like I could work from home and I could have the freedom and I could do all of the things, right? But when you get down to it, the parts that it takes, the work that it takes to do it, a lot of people are like, oh, like this isn't for me. This isn't something I'm passionate about. Maybe you're passionate about making an impact in people's life. Maybe you're passionate about health and wellness, but you're not going to be passionate about, people who are negative and rude, and you're not going to be passionate about the work that you do without getting paid and those kinds of things. And so, what you are passionate about is important, but it shouldn't be the whole thing. In fact, all these 4 things kind of go together. And so if you're finding yourself feeling stuck or just unmotivated and not passionate in your work anymore, maybe focus on one of these other 3 things. Okay. So what you do is number 1. Number 2 is how you do it. Okay. You can do this in a way that brings fire to your soul and joy to your life. I'll go back to when I was teaching math. If I had to just sit there and teach out of a book and just be monotone or like anything like that, like I would not enjoy what I was doing. But when I was teaching, I had manipulatives, we were singing songs, we were doing actions, I was creating like step by step like sequences and rhymes and riddles to help these kids remember these things. We were playing games. And so how I did it brought joy and passion to my career because I got to do it in a way that aligned with me and what felt fun for me. And so same thing for you guys is how are you doing your work? So your work may not always, what you're doing may not always bring you joy and passion, but how you do it can. And more than 50% of the time, how you do it can. You know, there were days where I would have to give tests, or there were days where I would have to, stand up and just teach it one way because that's the only way that I could think of it. But for the majority, I was able to be creative and be able to do it in a way that felt good to me. And so how you do it is going to help relight those passions if maybe you're feeling like they're lacking. Number 3 is why you do it. Okay, so something to think about there. Why are you doing this job? Is it a natural gift or talent that you feel like you have? Is it, something that maybe somebody pushed or made you feel like forced into? Because obviously that's not going to bring you passion, but why are you doing it? And for me, I was never good. I'm going to go back to teaching math, and because I just want to speak on what I know, but I would love to know in the comments as far as like, what jobs you have and what you do and how you do it and why you do it. And so for me, when I was in high school, it was in 10th grade, and I just was not good at math. And my high school math teacher, I went in after school and she was trying to teach me these trig functions, and she knew that I love soccer, and she was able to relate math to soccer for me. And all of a sudden the light bulb clicked on, and I understood trig functions, and it made math fun. And from that moment moving forward, it made me want to help high school math students who were maybe in the same position that I was have that light bulb turn on for them and realize that they can do it, that it can make sense to them. And so like that was my why. That was my reasoning for wanting to get into that career, is to not because I was good at math, but because it felt so good and so empowering when I was able to learn it. And now, that I've been taught for 6 years now, I've been home for 8, considering going back in to it again. But when I get to hear from my past students and they tell me that like this song helped them, or, how they're doing in their math classes now, or that I was their favorite math teacher, or that they hated me at the time that they had me as their math teacher, but they're so grateful now looking back for, the level that I held them to. Like, that's my why. That's the reason why I did it. And I think about my entrepreneurial journey here. Like, why do I choose to own a business, and why do I continue to go with it? And I've, almost been in the industry 9 years now, which is crazy to me. But like, why do I do it? Because I do want to make a positive impact. I do want to help people. And because I did choose to be a stay-at-home mom, I don't get to get out much, right? But I still want to have a purpose. I still want to be able to connect to people, and I still want to have value to offer and let them know that they can, either work from home too and make extra income, or that they can be healthier and they can make better choices. And so like, that's my why for doing it. And, even that you can tell just with my voice, between talking about what, between talking about how, between talking about why, how much more passionate I am about it, right? So all these things go together. And if you're not feeling passionate in one area, look at your other areas. Don't just like quit and throw in the towel and allow yourself to get into a depression. Like, find passion in what you are doing through what, how, why, and then finally who. We always try to say like, who are you doing this for? And so, obviously family is a big reason why we have a career, why we go to work, why we do the things that we do, because we need to provide. Oh, thanks, Amber. We need to provide. And so, squirrel, right? So who do you do it for? Our family, right? But ultimately, like, who are we doing it for? It should be for ourselves. It should be because We want to become more. We want to make a greater impact. We want to leave a ripple effect, and become a person who is um, better than we are today. Like, obviously, like, every day get better than we were before. You've heard that quote before. So who do you do it for? And when you can think about, the people that you love, when you think about the person that you can become, that also ignites my passion. Now, I know that sometimes the future feels far out. I've got these dream boards that are up on my wall, and we just went to Lake, or I should Beaver Mountain, which is around Bear Lake, Utah, yesterday. And it's on my dream board to have a second home there. And it's just a beautiful area. Like, the water is clear blue. It's got white sand. It's not a beach. It's just a lake, and it's just beautiful. And they have got these little small mom and pop shops along. And then, so it's perfect in the summer, and then it's also perfect in the winter because we have the ski resort right there. And so, it's been on our dream board for the last 10 years that we want to have this Bear Lake home. And so when I think about the person that I have to become in order to make that kind of income, the people I need to help in order to be able to make that kind of income and make this dream come true for our family, it's who I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for my future self. I'm doing it for my family. And that just keeps my passion alive. And, I was looking through my phone pictures and I found my dream board for 2023. I should put it as my screensaver, but I haven't yet. But when I was looking, I was like, yes, this is what I want. And I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for myself. And so every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to keep doing it. So I know for me, these 4 things are things that I hadn't really thought of as far as keeping my passion going. But what isn't always going to inspire you? How isn't always going to inspire you? Why and who isn't always going to inspire you? But if you can focus on one, thing that can really get your fire lit, that can push you to keep going, then you're going to have a successful life. So I hope that this was helpful. The book, once again, is called Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. I would recommend reading it, even if you're not in business. He's just amazing. And he's written quite a few books, Darren Hardy has. And, I'm only into chapter 1. Like, this was just chapter 1, and I already feel like empowered and different and ready to take on more. So if you need that in your life, then go ahead and read that book. And I will see you guys on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you click the follow button and check out the link that's in my bio, because I have lots of free resources in there. I do a fit tip email every Friday. I've recently created a new digital download called My Keys to Succeed, where it focuses on my 5 key components: mindset, nutrition, exercise, lifestyle, and supplements. And you get a free tracker that you can put on your refrigerator. If you haven't seen my stories, I'm posting it every day to hold myself accountable, because I've got goals that I want to stick to. And so it's a free download. You can get that. And then just going live every week. And I'd love to see you guys on here more regularly. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.